Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another quick kind of craft with me. I have a list of projects that I've wanted to try, so I'm just going to kind of chink away at them until I get through the list, which I think is going to be never ending. But today I'm going to make some double belly bands. So basically it's just a two-layered belly band. It's just going to hold more stuff. I've got my vintage photo archival ink, my Fabri-Tac, and my white glue. I did manage to get it in the little bottle. It was a disaster, but it's in here. I'm going to be using mainly images. Well, I guess they are all images from, maybe this one's not. Mostly from Ruby and Pearl. So I'm going to be making, I've got some journal cards prepped, the belly band bases already measured out. We'll talk about the measurements here really quick. I did realize I forgot to pull my cart over, so I'm going to grab that really quick. I have been playing in the studio this afternoon, just putzing around, always kind of shifting things and getting things where I want them to be. I always discover that if I move my sewing machine off of my craft table, I don't use it. So I found a way to get it back on the table so I can just kind of pull it towards me. It still won't be in camera, but at least it'll be on the table and will be more easily used. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make our belly bands are going to measure, the bottom layer is going to measure 3.5 by 8.5, and the top will measure 3 by 7.5. So let me pull those bits out. I also have my scrap basket of textiles and my scrap basket of paper in case I want to do any kind of clusters or any of that kind of thing that I normally do. This paper is from Ruby and Pearl, and I thought I would make some little letter tucks, and so I did print on the back. It's not going to totally look vintage on the back, but I didn't really have anything that would work with this, so I just wanted to get something here. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to distress them. So I'll cut the edges off and we're going to fold them like they're a letter and stick them in the belly band or in a pocket of some sort. But I'm going to set those aside for now. And I also do have a bag of all of that embossed paper and such that I have been making. So I thought we would tap into these as well. Oh my goodness. These are just so luscious. Like, who'd have thought? Amazing. So I've got those as well, so I'm going to have those at the ready. These are a couple of pieces that I cut out, journal cards. I'm just going to set those aside. And we also have a bunch of other bits here. And these are our belly band bases. So simple, easy project as far as this goes. So we're going to start by going ahead and inking these up and gluing them together, and then we can start making the ephemera. So basically this is the base that measures what I said, the bottom is 8.5. This doesn't go 8.5. Yeah, so it is 8.5 inches, even though my ruler is not that long. So my bottom piece is 8.5. And I am debating on whether I want to round these. I've never rounded the corners on a belly band, but I'm feeling it, so I'm going to do it. So anyway, in the studio, sometimes when I just feel a little bit overwhelmed or lost or just not quite ready to sit at the table and create, I will fuss around the studio and move things around, and not the furniture, but just where I have things stored, because I'm always adjusting that. Sorry for that loud noise on the glass mat here. That's quite atrocious. So we're going to go ahead and ink these up real quick. I'll be right back. So I take that back. These papers are, this paper is from the journal boat. So this one, and as well as this one. This one might be as well. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter, guys. This is just a project. Use what you have. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and center this in the middle of this band. this bottom piece. Oh, got some hair in there, nice. And I'm going to glue along the edge just as I normally would. I'm going to use my white glue in this nifty bottle. I was having such trouble with overflowing glue in the bigger bottle, so this is going to be great. I'm going to go right to that corner just because I want to make sure I get a good adhesion, both top and bottom. So I hope you guys are doing okay. It is Sunday, October the 2nd, and it's a beautiful day. Like, you would never think that fall is here. It's incredible. I went out and got groceries this morning, and otherwise I've been kind of home and just enjoying just meandering around and doing what I want to do. And there we go. So I do realize that the writing is going sideways. I don't mind that. I love it. So that is all there is to that. So let's go ahead and do the second one, where I put another one of those envelopes, but I wanted it to be the most visible part on this one. I think this one will leave squared, so I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, and I'll be right back. This is a 65-pound paper because it is a belly band, so I didn't want to make it too lightweight. I want it to hold up, and I think I'll put this other one the other way with the direction that, not that it matters because they're both sideways, but it's okay. I can pretend that this is intelligent and profound. Oh my goodness, sometimes I crack myself up. So I have to tell you a story. So I've mentioned a couple times, it's been a couple of hard weeks just with some relationships and really sad things going on, and I've had to do a lot of letting go and a lot of introspection and checking my own heart and my own spirit, and trying to get my truth back about who I am. And even though the person is very hateful to me, I am still who I am, and I am always growing. I am not perfect. I don't pretend to be. But it was so cool because my son messaged me. He's 37 years old, I think, or I don't know. I never can do the math. But anyway, he messaged me and he said, I have to tell you something, Mom. I went skydiving. And he went skydiving with a friend from church who is a recovering addict of some kind, and is celebrating 1 year sober. So my son did that. And I just thought, I really needed that truth about who my kids are. Like, my kids are fantastic people, and they didn't get there by mistake. And in our imperfection, we do the very best we can, and we get to see the rewards of that as time goes on. And so it was really just a rewarding moment for me to be able to recognize that. So those are done. So again, very, very simple. And then this one, I thought we would just do a long kind of journal card, but I think I'd like to do, and this one will be big enough that it'll go under this one, but I thought it would be fun to put a piece of lace on this one, so, or some kind of fabric. So I have this really rough fabric that I dyed that I thought would be fun to just see if we could use this. It's a little bit of a weird piece, so trying to decide if it would be worth using or not. Feeling like that's not going to be really beneficial for this particular project because it needs to be able to slide in and out of the pocket or in and out of the belly band. So and I feel like this would be really pretty, and so it would need to be glued all the way down so that when it slides under, it's going to be like that. So I think we will do that because I feel like it. I love my lace. So anyway, back to the story about my son. The reason why that was so cool was because my kids, I walked away from a family many, many years ago, over 30 years ago, to protect my children. And my kids are amazing people. They're grown up, they have their families, they have good jobs, they have degrees in college. They are successful, they are happy, they are real, they're human, they have their struggles and they've had their trials and tribulations, but they are the most strong caring, compassionate people that I know. And I'm not just saying that because they're my kids. They are really phenomenal people. And when my son sent me that, I thought, wow, you know, he's also, all my kids are brave, but I could never do skydiving. But I thought, wow, you know, what a brave thing to do, you know, and to recognize that he doesn't have those fears, you know. I mean, he's a man too, so, you know, they have less inclination, at least to have those things be, you know, be known or visible as far as, you know, like their fears. I think they protect that a little bit more. But I just thought, wow, so cool. And for him to have done it for the reasons that he did it was really cool, to be supportive to someone else. And my girls are equally compassionate. They are just amazing human beings. And so it was one of those things that, you know, I found a place in my heart to put that. And I'm just guarding that truth, because when we get hurt by people that want to judge us and want to tear us down, you know, we can know the truth. And the truth is that, you know, I did the very best that I could. I saved my kids from horrible abuses and patterns of dysfunction that would have entrapped them. So it was just really, really cool. So I think I'm going to put that one under there. So that's just a journal card, just something to write on. Let's go ahead and ink the back of it as well. And I love this ink on that lace. I'll show you that again. I didn't pause there to do that. So while at the same time I'm feeling a renewed sense of truth and hope and a letting go, a releasing of things that are not true, you know, it's still a hard thing. It's a really, really hard thing to have gone through, and to be so attacked is an awful thing. I wouldn't do that to somebody. So this one, I think, will fit in here. It will. I love that. So it's going to be big. It's going to be big like that. But, oh, that's going to be so gorgeous. This is going to be so beautifully layered. It's going to be incredible. So I'm going to leave this one square just because it's got that nice already, that frame. I think this is also from the Journal Boat. I think it's the Blue Mementos kit. And I love her kits. I think she's the one that made the Autumn Garden kit that I'm going to be using for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. That's going to be the grand prize, is an autumn journal. So keep watching, because we're about 75 subscribers away from 2,000. So pretty stoked about that. And I love to give things away, you guys. I give everything away. the subscriber kind of growth points are just another reason to just celebrate. So I'm going to put that there just so we know what we've got going on there. So that's double. So let's go ahead and work on that, because I want to make sure I don't have too much going on under one. And I just adore this. I adore this. I think I'd like to do a cluster on this, but I'm going to go ahead and ink it up first. Super easy project today. This is one I had laid out for a couple of days, and just again catching up, getting ahead of my videos again so that I can kind of relax. I'm not going to be around next weekend. I'm going to go to a little women's retreat that I'm looking forward to. So I haven't been to a women's retreat in many, many years. With COVID, everything just ended all that. And so I have not been. So I'm looking forward to that. Even though it's not my comfort zone, I'm still going to do it. So there is that, and that one is again going to go under there. But I think I want to put a cluster on here, and I think I want to pull from this this bag and see what we've got in here that we could use. Like this would be, oh, that's a little bit off color here. Off color. That's not what I meant. Goodness gracious! I don't want to tear any of the big bits. I'm sorry you can't see this, you guys. We've got this book page stuff, which would be pretty. And we've also got this, which would also be pretty. And we also have, I don't want to bring, I'm trying to keep it in the blues because This is probably going to be for the journal for my sister called For the Love of Blue. And so I want to keep everything kind of in those tones. So it looks like, oh, that one tore something fierce. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's all torn. Oh, I'm sad. That was a fragile page. So anyway, let's see. Oh, I've got some of those medallion things I'd like to take a peek at. Let's see, those are just white though. That's not going to work. Boy, a whole lot of nothing going on here. Goodness gracious. Come on, Cara-Renee. Sorry, I should have pulled this stuff out. This is poor form. This is also really pretty. This might be really nice. This is another one of my coffee dyed papers. Look at that. Oh, it's just so scrumptious. I think this is the winner here. So I'm going to kind of tap into it and I'm going to tear it a little bit. But I'm going to also find a piece of some material here that I can kind of use to go behind this. Just create a little bit of a cluster. I'll probably tear this too. I'm just cutting it down to a better size, but I just love this. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna tear into it. I feel sad about this. It's so beautiful. It's okay. It's okay. These things cannot be treated as precious and to never be used. Oh boy, that tore really strange. So that's what happens with the embossing too, because the paper is weaker in the places where it is embossed. So isn't that delightful? Love it. So let's go ahead and see if we can tear this. I'm gonna try anyway. Just to get some of that stringiness I love. And let's try that on this side as well. Oh, that was silly. Still got some tears. Let's cut that off there. It's a little bit too neat and tidy. I'm going to do the same here. Sorry about that clanking with the scissors. This is glass, so it makes a loud, obnoxious noise. Okay, so that's feeling pretty grungy. So I feel like have to be careful about how much of this I use because we don't want it to get caught in the tucking in. So I'm going to trim a little bit of that off and I'm going to put something else under this. So let me see if I can find a piece of bluish paper, some scraps here. Just a moment. Hopefully I don't have to dig too far. I should have them right here. So what am I missing here? I don't. Hold on. There they are. There's the scraps. These are the scraps of primarily the ruby and pearl scraps. All the French ephemera pieces that I think are really lovely. So I'm just fishing around in here, seeing if I can find something that would seem to fit. Struggling, clearly. Okay, well, let's just use this. It's a vintage postcard. Just going to use part of it. Okay. I feel like I need something. Oh, that would work though, like that. Still feel like I need some color under that. That's just so blah. Let's look again here, guys. Already 20 minutes in. Silliness. I don't know why I can't find a piece of blue. Oh, there's some. That's what I wanted. It's a little bit of a thicker piece than I would have liked, but it's all right. I'm trying to leave it a little bit bigger. And that's just so that we can, with my clusters, I like to have that separation between colors, so like that. So I'm going to tear this off a little bit. I'm going to salvage that piece though. I'm not going to get rid of it. So I'm going to ink this up if I can, very gently. It is quite fragile. And this is a mixed media paper or coffee dyed paper that I did, and I did a bunch of, oh no, this is the embossing. So it's a two of the videos. So one was making up the mixed media paper, and then the second one was the Mixed Media 101 video where we embossed a bunch of digitals and a bunch of the coffee dyed paper and that stuff. So that's what that is. So that is that. And that is that. I feel like this needs to go under here. Oh, yes. Oh, I love the grunge. The grunge, the grunge. Okay. I'm not weird, I promise. Oh, come on, don't be plugged up. I just opened you. Don't be a bear. The other cool thing is you don't have to worry about pins with this because that seals it. Keeps it nice and protected from the air and from being getting dried out. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, obviously. And it looks like that needs to go that way. I love my clusters, as you know. Just anything to kind of, it just dresses everything up. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. And then that will go there. And that's, oh, should we put this underneath there? I feel like that's not the right piece because I don't want to cover up that blue. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac here because I am gluing onto that textile material. So it was actually a garment that I bought from the Goodwill just for the purpose of using it, excuse me, for junk journaling. Oh, I love that. So now we need something to go here on the top. So I do have one of the kits came with these little circles with these flowers. So let me see if there's something that speaks to me. This one is beautiful. This one's speaking. And oh, that one's really speaking too. Oh, I like that one. Okay. Ink that up as well. And then we're just going to pop a word on there. And I'm going to kind of go off to this side here because I don't want to lose all that. In fact, I might go up a little bit and then put my word here. I don't want to lose all that grunginess that we have created with those layers. So that's the reason for that. This actually could slide under here a little bit. Let me try that. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm going to stick that under there. Because it's Fabri-Tac, I can do that because it doesn't set very quickly. So now we're going to put a word. So I did grab my little bin of words. Let's see if we can find something that fits. Oh, live your dreams. Oh, I love that. Let's just do that. Let's do live your dreams. Oh, you know what I forgot though? Except I don't know where they are. I purchased some words from Ruby and Pearl, and they're just little words that are written like in a kind of a cursive writing, and you just tear them and put them on stuff, and I just think they're so beautiful, but I'm not going to try to find them. I have to figure out what I did with them. I'm going to put this on top because I like things underneath my words. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some Fabri-Tac here. And it's the layers that make this, in my opinion. It may not be your cup of tea, and that is fine. I just do what pleases me, and what it's just satisfying when we create the way that we in ways that we're drawn to, I guess is what I'm saying. So there is our little journal card. So that will need to get nice and dry before I put it anywhere near those pockets. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this paper towel. It looks like I got a lot of extra glue there, and I don't want that to transfer. So we're going to set that aside. So that's going to go under this belly band, which I can kind of put it over here under, just not touching that. And let's see what else we've got. So Also in, I believe this is also from the Journal Boat. And so we've got this little book. So I'm going to just fold it in half. Oh, you know what it looks like? That's weird. The spine is very strange. I'm almost inclined to go like that and put a little piece of lace just so you see what I'm talking about there. That looks like it's even in the middle. And so I feel like that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press that down, and then we're a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can straighten that out a little bit. There we go. So yeah, I think that a little bit of lace on there would be really pretty. Is this big enough? Look at that. Can you say meant to be? I won't put the whole thing on there, but I think I will put a little bit of an edge there. And then, oh, you know what we could do? Nope, that won't work. It needs to be solid. I really don't want to take any of it off. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it on whole. I was just trying to think about if there was a way for me to make it a tuck, but, well, I suppose we could. Why not? Yeah, we could make it a tuck. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I want to ink all this stuff first. Hang on. I know I'm a little jibbery-jabbery today. It's been a good day. Feels good to have my head above water again. Even though I continue to create in that place of hardness, it does affect my spirit and makes it a little bit harder to be, to be really connected and to be myself. I just haven't felt like myself in a while, so in a couple weeks anyway. I'm just inking all around the edges, and I want to make sure I get rid of that white, and that's just from the print, from printing it on my printer. Isn't that beautiful? So that's just going to be a little, you know what we could do? We could go as far as putting a little bit of a notebook in here. I wonder if that would be worth doing. Let me see if I've got any coffee bag paper handy here that we could do that with. I don't know if I do. I might come back and do that later, but it's also nice to just have this be a little, just to be a little thing that just somebody could jot down. And we could tuck something in this pocket as well, now that we're going to go ahead and use the lace. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this. I'm using my Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to wipe that excess off. It's bubbling up. And we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue. Oh my goodness, it keeps just oozing. Just kind of about right there. Hope you guys can see that. And I'm going to set that on there. That was a pretty even edge, so I feel good about that. And I'm just going to get my paper towel and press that down for a moment. Like so. And I do need to probably trim this before I glue it. I'm feeling anyway. Might not be necessary or important which way you do that. So now we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this end. Oh my goodness, I've never had this Fabri-Tac do this before. It's just like bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. I also am used to using it in my Sugar Bell bottle, but it's not working very well, so I went up to the main bottle here. I'm not having trouble getting it out, so I feel like I can manage. What I might do is, again, this is for my sister, so I might put a little love note in here for her and tuck that in there. Isn't that just so cute? So that will go, so here we've got that one that's going to go under the big belly band, and then this one could kind of go like that in there. Or it could go somewhere else in the journal. I might find that it has a better home. And then we've got a couple more pieces here, and then we will be done. I might do a little bit of clustering here. I'm going to go off my glass mat to do my corners because that's super. And you know what? Actually, let me get this one. I always forget that I have this, so let me use this because it is a lot better. Sweet. I always forget to use it. Let's do, I think I'll leave that one square. Leave that one square, and we'll round this one. Beautiful blue images. Blue junk journal kits are not easy to come by. I mean, there's still a lot, but not as many choices as some other colors and some other themes. But I really wanted, her favorite color is light blue, but I thought kind of the complementary, the accent here is those darker blues as well. I love the light blues in this and here, but then the dark blue is a good contrast. It makes it really pretty. Okay, we are just about done. Short and sweet, as I said. And I do print, I believe this is tea stain paper from a digital kit. I will try to remember to link it. And if any time I say I'm going to link something and I don't, please just leave me a comment and I'd be happy to pull that up for you. Nice writing spaces on the back of all these cards, which is always really, really cool. And I like to just really put a lot in here. In fact, I'm thinking that these might be really pretty in the front and the back of the journal. You know, on the back inside cover and the front inside cover. We'll see. I don't know. I think I'm going to make a hardback journal. I want to experiment with soft cover, but I don't want to do that on her journal because I've never done it before. So, but that's one of my goals, is to try a soft cover. I just need to watch some tutorials and see, make sure I'm thinking about it correctly. So I feel like we've got 4, so this might end up going somewhere else now that I've decided to make it a little book and put that little pocket. So let's go ahead and just have this be, so these can go in here like this way, and they're not going to be too wide. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in here like that, and just we can kind of go like this and make them look aesthetically pleasing. And then that's going to go there, and then this one is, we've got the big card going under, and then we've got this one going in here, right? Oh, so we already have a lot here. We might still be able to get both of these in. They're not very thick or anything, so I think I will go ahead and pop those in there. Kind of have to go to the side though. Perfect. Okay. So that is our video for today. Super easy. I don't even know. I might come in and put something here just because that's just like a perfect spot for some kind of a word or a little bit of a cluster, but we'll see. I will show in the close-up photos at the end of the video if I decide to do that. So thanks for coming by for a short, quick video, and I will talk to you next time. Blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.